So this is a review for Tugboat Granny, and with me today is someone puttering along in his tugboat, I guess. I mean, he does live somewhere where there's a lot of canals, so there is that. My good friend Fox in the Fix. Say hi.
Hi guys, it's Fox, and this is the first Looney Tunes anything I've ever seen.
Ever.
Ever.
Well, given the autopilot nature of this short, you can really only go up from here, I think, although it's not too bad. This is not a bad one, but it's definitely a formula by this point, and we'll certainly go through it. So, as mentioned, this is a review for Tugboat Granny, released on the 23rd of June 1956. It's the 773rd in the series, and it's directed by Friz Freleng. You can find this beautiful restoration on the Looney Tunes Collector's Choice Volume 3 Blu-ray set, and I have a link below to that set. It is under copyright. You will not find this on YouTube unless Warner Brothers themselves choose to upload it. But in case you haven't seen this one, it's Friz on autopilot once again. You just have the framework that we're out near the beach. We've got a tugboat, and Sylvester's trying to go after Tweety, who is on this tugboat. And that's it. Nothing too deep.
Do you like the song though?
Yes, and I will point out something really cool about that song as well, by the way. But we'll just got a few bits of trivia in this one. In any case, the title itself is a play on Tugboat Annie. That's another thing entirely. But the name itself, the Tugboat Granny, it's the only short that has the name Granny in it. And fun fact, someone was actually complaining to me about me calling her Granny when her real name's Emma. And he got upset with me. He even called me a snowflake. It was hilarious. I mean, I ended up blocking him.
What?
You know, and as our mutual friend Blue, he does some of the editing on this channel, he rightfully pointed out, I mean, what, is he going to complain if I call Goofy Goofy and not Mr. Geef? Or Dippy Dog, you know what I mean? It's just use the commonly accepted name. It's fine, okay? We know it's Emma. Emma! From Hair Trimmed, but come on. It's so dumb.
Yeah, so we can't call the Tasmanian Devil Taz anymore or something?
Yeah, same thing. I don't know. Some people, they need help. They really, really do. But this short is also something that would happen in the Pink Panther series. So once the Paddy Freleng started up and they were doing the Pink Panther shorts, along with the very ordinary Daffy and Speedy shorts for Waters and all that stuff, they would reuse a lot of gags and ideas from a lot of these shorts. And there's one called Real Pink. And that has a lot of gags from this short. It even has one from Sandy Claus, the whole thing with the gun pointed at the worm to make him go fishing. And here they got a few gags as well, the showboating and the waterfall. So, you know, reusing gags, nah, never happens, right?
I haven't seen it, but I don't think I have to see it because I saw this one.
Yeah, which, honestly, look, I'm looking at the Pink Panther one. I actually scrolled through to make sure, and honestly, a lot of people wouldn't have remembered. And for what it is, it's fine. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of reuses when it comes to that. You said this is the first one you've seen, and do you still feel good about this one, or is it more nostalgia, or, you know, what are your feelings towards this short now?
Well, believe me, I'm very nostalgic to this one, but even I can see that it's not very original. I think it's very predictable and the jokes are going through the motions. But yeah, it's true. When I was very little, my dad, I think, got a VHS tape from Kodak. I think he got it with his video camera. He was supposed to use it to put film on it, home video. But for some reason, the Looney Tunes video show Volume 5 and part of Volume 6 were on it, just for fun, I think. So I just shared a screenshot with you which shorts were on that. And Granny was the first one. Stork Naked is on it. China Jones is on it for some reason. And Forward March Hare, which I also recorded a review for with you, which is the first Bugs Bunny short I ever saw. But yeah, for a long time, these were the only shorts that I knew of. And this was always the first one on the tape.
And this one I actually hadn't really seen before, for whatever reason. It just never really popped up. I finally saw it on the Collector's Choice when that came out. And yeah, I share the same feelings with you. This is just go through the motions. You can predict a lot of this stuff. They've done so many of these Sylvester and Tweeties. Recently, I did Three Quarter Tweety. That was like not long before this release. And that one was even a case of, I maintain that one was a lot of gags that were on the cutting room floor. They just put it in there with the framework of them going all over America, basically, and it's a Dragnet parody. Here, at least the gags look like they were made for it, but yeah, we've seen a lot of this by now, but does that make this a bad short? Not really. I mean, if this is someone's first Sylvester Tweety, like it's literally in your case, it's still fun. Like, there's nothing really wrong with it.
No, there are plenty jokes I like, but there's also some sequences that are taking too long because I already know what's gonna happen or the punch doesn't hit as hard, and that's just a shame.
We'll have a look at this short from start to finish anyway and just go through it all. And yeah, we can discuss what some of our favorite gags this one is. And say what you want about this. I think the highlight for me has to be the opening bit. So you got the beautiful background bands by Irv Weiner, very stylized. It's your typical style that you see when it comes to cityscapes. And it's just pleasant to the eye. I really like it.
Oh, a tugboat whistle goes toot, toot, toot. It toots high and it toots low. But the toot, toot, toot doesn't mean a hoot. It's the chugga, chugga, chug that makes it go.
Yeah, and like I said, the song is the most nostalgic thing for me from the whole short.
In case anyone was wondering, this is actually an original Foster and Milt Franklin song. This was not a parody of anything. I thought originally maybe this was something from some kind of a musical or something like that. But no, this is actually an original song.
Whenever a tugboat chugs upstream, you'll always see it puffing out steam. A happy tugboat seems to sing a toot, toot, toot and a ding, ding, ding.
Nice. So that's where all the budget went.
I think so. And it's so funny. So you've got, of course, Mel Blanc does the voice of Sylvester and Tweety, and June Frey does the voice of Granny here. But we go through this song and it's so catchy. I don't care what you say. I mean, Foster, if he was not a cartoon writer, he would have done really well as a music writer. And he has written songs before. So it's no surprise he's done so well here.
Oh, a tugboat whistle goes toot, toot, toot. It toots high and it toots low. But the toot, toot, toot doesn't mean a hoot. It's the chugga, chugga, chugga that makes it go.
Does Tweety wear a hat in this one?
Yeah, he not only wears a hat, but in certain scenes he even has his own little life raft as well. The little one that says Tweety on it, just to add to the cuteness of it.
Yeah, it's a great design choice.
It is, but it's so funny though. Granny's featured prominently in the title. She's featured prominently in this first scene, but I'll point out something to you guys in a few moments because I thought this was hilarious unintentionally, but we see this beautiful bit of layout, by the way, of all those fishing lines. I love this shot where we pan up. We see everyone in still poses sitting there trying to fish. You would think some of them would move to a different pier because of how many fishing lines there are, but it's such a great bit of layout, isn't it?
Yeah, I think there is a shot available with everything on it, isn't there?
Yep, there is, and it looks really good, and that's how they would have done it. Just paint one big background and just pan up. With budgets being lower, you got to do what you can to make things look as dynamic as possible. But we have Sylvester. This is a legitimately good idea. He's interested in the fish. He hides in the fisherman's basket. But we all know we don't just catch fish in the water, right? We catch other things, don't we?
Yeah, and I really like the design of the crab. You could call him Mr. Krabs, but one of your viewers would rather call him Eugene, I think.
But it's such a great design, and also the animation of that fight between the crab and Sylvester. I believe this is Art Davis because of how deranged it all looks. If you slow it right down, it's just these different poses just sped up, and there's no logic between the poses. Art Davis was one of those animators that could do it so well.
Yeah, and I wonder where Trek Brown got the cat fight noises.
Yeah, he probably, I don't know, maybe went to the alley by the studio or something. I don't know what he would have done.
Yeah, he must have disturbed some cat.
Yeah, and to our mutual friend Manny, there is one frame. The face of the crab looks like a Ninja Turtle face. The mask and just the face. Any excuse to shout out Manny. There you go. Small Ninja Turtles reference. There we are.
There you go, Manny.
There we go. I did it just for you, but... yeah, the crab has that wonderful attitude where it's like he's closing his shell like it's a hat and just walks back to the ocean, because why not?
Like he should.
Yeah. But the next shot, and this is what I want to point out, we see Granny and say bye to Granny. You do not see her for the rest of the shot. You do not even hear from her in the rest of the shot, which I thought was interesting.
Well, luckily her tugboat is in the title as well, and that keeps showing up.
Yeah, this is one of those few shorts where Granny is just completely oblivious to what's really happening. Some shorts she's more active, so she'll be the character where it's like, you know, Sylvester, don't do this and all that. Here, she's just oblivious, she's just driving a tugboat, and that's it.
Yeah, it's just Sylvester torturing himself. for 7 minutes.
Exactly.
A bird! Ooh, ooh.
There's this one shot as the boat pulls away. It's just a painted shot of Tweety where he looks all sad. It's just a really weird one-off shot.
Yeah, these shorts sometimes have a very weird background shot of Tweety, and when you look really close, he looks all disfigured.
So the tugboat goes by, scaring Sylvester, who notices that Tweety's there. And yeah, we've set everything up. And it's now going to be Sylvester trying to get Tweety. So let's go through all the gags, shall we?
Let's do it.
First one, I've got to admit I was a little disappointed with this one, especially with how it ended.
I thought I saw a pretty cat. Anchors away!
I mean, we all know, okay, anchors away, hits the boat, it sinks, but it's just, I don't know, there's something about this one didn't quite work for me. Like, I thought it would have sunk, but he keeps rowing and rows on the beach, but it just ends. I don't know.
Yeah, he comes back up and it becomes kind of a little surreal gag where he keeps rowing himself in the air on the land.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, it's not the worst thing in the world I've ever seen or anything, but I don't know. I shrugged at that one. But they can't all be winners, right?
Well, at least this one exceeded my expectations a little, where I thought the joke was gonna end when he sunk.
Yeah, so at least they tried something, but yeah. I mean, ditto the next gag as well with the whole life raft. Tweety just happens to have a dart just sitting there and, it hits him.
Hey, pretty cat, look what I found. Here, you can have it.
At least with this scene, you got the wonderful animation of Sylvester just panicking and then just sinking, and that's that.
Yeah, that was kind of one of those cheap jokes.
But we do get to some better stuff. I do like the fact that Sylvester, and again, I think this looks like Art Davis to me, he ends up falling into that smokestack and burning his bottom. So, yeah, at least we got wonderful animation there. And I've got to admit, I do like this one.
Yeah, and it was a great Mel Blanc scream.
Yes, and speaking of Scream, unlike the Coyote, who might try a genuinely good idea, but because it fails, he doesn't try it again, even though it could probably work the following time. In this case, Sylvester does the same idea again, but this time it adds a parachute, which doesn't work, but still, at least it's a good idea.
Yeah, I remember being confused as a very young kid because I did see it in English with Dutch subs, but I was always wondering who Geronimo was.
Oh, that bad old pretty cat. He never give up.
Geronimo!
Yes, I believe he was a Native American, and I don't know why they just had the whole thing where just yelling out his name, but anyway, it's still a great delivery by Mel Blanc, where, unlike Three-Quarter Tweety, where he literally does not speak at all as Sylvester, here, we do hear a few things from Sylvester, so it's always nice to hear it. The parachute does go off, and Sylvester's all dejected. He just walks on the beach, where you see Acme, Salvage, Steel, and Pipe. I mean, Acme are all over the place, aren't they?
Oh.
They are everywhere, but he ends up on the beach, and I love this gag here. The opening scene's my favorite, but out of all the gags, this one might be my favorite, just for that stupid looking seagull.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites as well.
It's just that the seagull just really just doesn't give a damn. I mean, he's completely oblivious. He's just got that look about it.
Yeah, even when Sylvester runs back on the beach, he just sits there waiting to happen all passively. And I really like Sylvester's face when he's joking.
Yeah, and sure enough, he throws the egg and ends up with egg on his face.
Happens to the best of us.
Love that one. So we get the gag, which again, they've repeated in that Pink Panther film. So this one, you do know what to expect. He just can't get the motor started. He keeps on starting the motor, goes over the waterfall. And yes, after it crashes, the motor ends up starting.
In those scenes where he pulls the cord of the motorboat and he drifts off, you can see a cell shadow in the restoration on the background, which has the tugboat leaving in another way. And it has a really weird effect on the perspective of the viewer. So that kind of stood out to me. And also the part when the motor finally worked, when it first already crashed, and the sounds it makes are edited really well, I think.
For those who don't know, Freely edited the animation timing to the actual music bar sheets, and yeah, he would have done so here. But we get to the final gag here, and yeah, this one was also repeated in that Pink Panther short, but it's just water skiing, basically. It turns out that Sylvester's so good at it that he realizes, you know what, I found a talent that I didn't know I had before. So he mugs for the camera, basically, and ends up smashing into a buoy. We end with the same thing that happened in Three-Quarter Tweety, another character saying the now famous line, I taught a tour putty tat. That's it. It ends right there.
Yeah, I thought the fish was an alright ending, and that last joke with him water skiing, I think it should be more extreme. It's a little bit undercooked, I think, that gag.
I think so too. I think that's what they needed. I think they needed to add a little bit more extremeness to it. Like maybe some more posing, some more showboating. Pardon the pun, of course. But honestly, it's fine. But yeah, we end right there. There's really not much to say about this one, is there?
No, there isn't. And I guess I'll give it a 7 or a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to not use only nostalgia for it.
Yeah, objectively, I give the same score. I would say 7 out of 10. I have to look at this as well, that if this is someone's first Tweety short, again, like it is in your case, there's always going to be someone who might really, really enjoy this one. And as a short that sets up the premise really well, it does the job. Anyone can watch this as their first Sylvester Tweety. They know what's going on. It is very competently made. It's just that there are better ones out there.
Yeah, and is it me or was Tweety's voice a little bit lower on this one?
Seemed okay to me, but then again, I'm practically deaf anyway, so I'll have to re-listen to it. I mean, if you guys think so, definitely drop a comment below.
It could be just me, but I also often wonder how they record those songs when they're gonna pitch the voices.
But that will do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and until next time, take care.
I thought I taught putty tat.